Hey Explorers, this episode was brought to you by Anchor.fm. It's the distribution service that we use to get this podcast to you. And to be honest, it's great. It's free. There's tons of creation tools that let you edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. They upload it to everything, Spotify, Apple Podcast, and tons of others. You can even make money with no minimum listenership. So it's got everything you need in just one place. So download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
That's kind of cool. I actually didn't know
That you're handsome?
not until now.
Welcome back to the Dungeons! Why are you always shouting, JT?
Gotta get the word out.
Alright, what is the word? Don't say the bird.
It's Rangers.
So, we are coming at you with a hot new rap. Yo.
It's called Rangers. It doesn't rhyme. It's very long.
It's avant-garde. We're looking at Rangers. Now, Rangers are a half-casting class, similar to Paladins, but instead of hitting you with a mace, they poke you with a bow.
Yeah, or, as we will see in one single parentheses quote, some Rangers focus on two-weapon fighting.
So if we're building a Ranger, what kind of stats are we leaning into?
Normally, it'll be Dex being your highest, followed by Wisdom.
So Dex and Wisdom.
Yeah.
The Dex makes sense, because when you think of a Ranger, I think the first thing that comes to mind is Aragorn, son of Arathorn.
Yeah, or Legolas, right?
Yeah, it's that
Bow
kind
guy.
of... Yeah.
I'm the bow guy. Is that guy out of reach?
No.
Stand back.
So that's a Ranger. That's what we're dealing with. The Dexterity makes sense. The Wisdom maybe less so initially, but Wisdom is what you're rolling all your spells off of.
Yeah,
So,
and then that has a lot to do with a lot of the nature things as well
definitely.
that we'll get into.
It's kind of like how in tune you are with nature as well, your wisdom.
Yeah, except if you want to use two-weapon fighting, which I guess is a build, strength. You make strength your higher.
Yep. What's the base stats? Hit
So
dice?
you get a D10.
So
for
you're
your
also
hit
on the
dice.
beefier side?
Yeah, quite. I mean, like, the only thing heavier than you would be the barbarian.
We say that every episode.
Yeah, and this guy. The only thing heavier than a fighter is a barbarian. The only thing heavier than a paladin is a barbarian.
Proficiencies. Light armor, medium armor, and shield. So no heavy armor. You're wearing chain, you're wearing leather, you're wearing scales, maybe.
Yeah, you have a shield, interestingly enough, or the option to wear one.
Yeah?
It's an
I
option.
guess. yeah, cool. I mean, pick one up. Can't
Are there,
hurt, right?
like, can you one-hand a crossbow like Van Helsing or something?
There must be hand crossbows, right?
So then there's your
That's a
build.
weird, like...
There's your build.
Is the... what?
Yeah, things
Why
you never
would
considered, just ruling strictly on the proficiencies list, making builds.
I mean, fair enough. Their weapons are pretty dope. Simple weapons and martial weapons.
Yeah, so you have the wide variety.
Yeah, you can... Anything you can throw, you can swing, you can wield.
Yeah,
You got it.
if you can dodge a wrench, you're a ranger.
However, no tools.
I mean, you're not really that
You're not
interesting
that
at
good.
parties, I guess.
So that's the basic kind of ranger build. Saving throws, strength and dex, not wisdom and dex.
Yeah, so then maybe that leans towards the Aragorn thing more than the...
Legolas thing. And the skills.
So you get to choose 3 from animal handling, athletics, insight,
Okay.
investigation, nature, perception, stealth, and survival.
Yeah, they make sense.
Yeah, it's interesting that you get to choose 3. I think that's unique to the Rangers, right?
No, there's a few others that get to choose 3. 2 or 3. I think there's one that chooses 4. But I'm not going to pause the episode to find out.
Yeah, we'll edit that out.
So,
We can't be wrong. We have the power of software editing.
it's the rogue. I think the only one that I think is a bit weird is investigation. Purely
What about
because...
the insight one? I thought that was kind of weird too.
Yeah, I think insight is a bit more like humans. Is he lying? Is she lying? Because if you're tracking stuff, I make people roll survival. I think that leans in more.
Like nature, right?
Yeah, though I could totally see investigation being put into them. The way I play games is survival is more your nature, like surviving out.
Yeah,
in
if you want to see what happened to the halflings, right?
Yes.
That's the role you're going off of.
But if you're trying to convince the innkeeper at Bree to tell you where the hobbits are, and he doesn't, you may need some investigation. I see investigation as more of like a human-based thing. It's like you use in towns, cities, like crime scene detective.
Yeah, we talked about this before. I think I associate it in my mind with an indoors skill. Survival's the outdoors.
Yeah, like genuinely. Yeah. So yeah, insight's a bit weird, investigation's a bit weird. Is there any others you would put in there instead? Maybe athletics. No, acrobatics, sorry.
Yeah, actually.
Because there's a lot of like, you can move better.
That would lean towards the
abilities.
Legolas
Yeah.
one.
That is
Just
surprising.
surfing your shield down the stairs.
Mate, it's dope and I won't hit anything else from it. So, the thing that defines the ranger is twofold. Favored enemy and natural explorer.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
We did it. Favored enemy. You get this at level 1. So when you're creating your character, you'll choose a type of favored enemy. There's a whole list of them. Everything from dragons and celestials through to beasts and oozes.
Okay, so important question. Is it like your favorite enemy in that you're so super stoked to fight it? Or is it your favorite enemy like you have some super disturbing, depressing backstory about how this thing did something terrible to you and you hate it?
I think it's your favored enemy, but it's like a love-hate relationship. So you want to know where they are, so you can go and you can
Your
just prank them,
rival.
and then be like, that would be a good way to use. Because this is a lot of this stuff is
Like
about
You're Gary to your Ash.
you have advantage on wisdom survival checks to track him, so you can find them better. You also learn the language of them. I think that you could totally play a ranger where you just love oozes. Or you love giants, so you take the favored frenemy,
Okay.
and then it's like you can always find giants and chat with them, and it's perfect. It's perfect for a light-hearted ranger.
I know everything about you, you dog. You weird oozy mess.
It's your birthday. You shouldn't have.
It's a trap. It explodes.
That is a character I want to play.
So I guess that's an answer to that question in a way.
It's all you're getting. At 6th and 14th level, you get to choose more frenemies.
I think it's kind of weird that you don't get any kind of because it's like favored enemy, right? But it's mostly about just like finding them and
Because,
talking with them.
As I said,
it
it's
really
a mistype. Frenemy.
Yeah, it really leans towards like this is just your friend because you really want to find them and see how they're doing.
Just chat.
Yeah.
I mean, there are other things in the ranger skill set that are damaging. We'll get to those, but this is that. The other part of this is natural explorer. It's similar. Instead of choosing a type of creature, you choose a
Favored
terrain.
terrain.
And you get a whole list of bonuses. JT, reel them off.
You get difficult terrain doesn't slow your group's travel. Your group can't become lost except by magical means. Even when you are engaged in another activity while traveling, such as foraging, navigating, or tracking, you remain alert to danger. That's halfway. Right, so like the rest
I'm
of
running
it
out of
is
steam.
Like, yeah, we're kind of
All right, what else we get?
Yeah, I don't know if anyone got any of that, or if that was like something we might
not
have
cutting
to
it out.
destroy.
So, Drift Cortain doesn't slow you down. When you're engaged in another activity while traveling, you remain alert to danger. So if you're foraging, navigating.
Yeah, so a lot of this is like when you're traveling, you're not slower, you can't be lost, you are alert to danger.
Yeah, if you're stealthing, if you're rolling stealth check, you can move at a normal pace instead of half speed.
So
you
what
find
would
twice as much food.
What would alert to danger look mechanically? Is this like if somebody is actively searching for you, would you like have a kind of heads up?
I mean, you could run it through passive perception checks or active perception checks, but I think it's something that's best if you just present it frankly to the player as a DM. Just be like, you're not distracted, so you notice these things that are coming.
Yeah, it's quite ambiguous, so
Like-
I think this is like...
Yeah, there's a lot of room for interpretation. I think it's very case by case. Yeah, you choose an additional one at 6th and 10th level. You can also track creatures and learn their exact number, sizes, and how long ago they passed through the area. So it's basically, where is your campaign based? Choose that one.
Yeah, so it's kind of like the biome terrain of like Arctic, coast, desert, forest, grassland, mountain, swamp.
Yeah, exactly.
Underdark.
That's a whole new level. We haven't talked about that at all, have we?
It's capitalized too in this one.
Yeah, it's a place. It's like a realm.
No, it's just funny like seeing it listed next to normal
I
earthly
see.
things, and then there's just like,
Have you not been to the Underdark in the basement?
I haven't
Of,
traveled that far lately.
Of this building. If you head down, past the people sleeping in the nuclear shelters, you end up in the Underdark. They also get fighting styles, the same as the others. Archery, gain a +2 bonus to attack rolls. Defense, you get a +1 to AC. Dueling, this is when you have one weapon in one hand, you get a +2 bonus to damage rolls. And 2-weapon fighting, when you engage...
one weapon in 2 hands.
Exactly. When you engage in 2-weapon fighting, you can add your ability modifier to the damage of the second attack. We've covered all of these. You get this at 2nd level.
Yeah.
Choose your fighting style. You're probably going to choose archery, let's be real, or 2-weapon fighting. I can't see anyone choosing defense.
Kind of a weird one to throw in there.
The dueling would be good if you're using the hand crossbow shield combo.
You Van Helsing, make the build, people. It's there. It's laying there, ready.
Rangers are spellcasters. As I said at the start, they are half casters.
Yeah, you get it at 2nd level.
Yeah, you get to start casting spells. They can only go up to 5th level. How you get them is a little restricted compared to some of the other classes we covered.
Yeah, you just level up and get new spells each level.
You get new spells pretty much every other level. You get a new spell.
Yeah.
Every odd numbered level.
Yeah.
And you cannot change your spells until you level up.
Yeah,
Then
so you don't
can
get to
change-
rearrange your spells like a druid.
Yeah.
Between rests, you have to get a whole ass level up.
And when you level up, you can only change one.
Yeah.
So you're kind of committing into them. Yeah.
carefully.
You're definitely on the more fighty side than the magic side of things.
Yeah. But there's like a lot of pressure to choose the right spells, I think.
Ranger spells are pretty catch-all.
I like a trap.
Yeah, they're all like generally, you better at searching, you can make some wind. Like they're very like open spells, I think, a lot of them. I think they have access to cure wounds as well. Spell casting ability, as always, your spell save DC is 8, plus your proficiency bonus, plus your wisdom modifier.
Your spell attack modifier is your proficiency bonus plus wisdom modifier.
And these may come up in your spells. Take note of them. At 3rd level, you choose your ranger archetype, your path, which we will get into.
Not now.
Not now. The ranger only has 2. The ranger's another
At least
one.
in the PHB.
Yeah, in the original PHP, they've got the hunter and the beastmaster.
Yeah.
I think most people choose hunter, to be honest.
But Beastmaster. Yeah, Hunter's more straightforward, I guess.
Yeah.
That's the D&D Beyond guy.
Yeah. The beastmaster, you get a pet. That's really it. Think World of Warcraft hunter.
Yeah, which sounds cooler out of a role-playing game.
Yes, I think one of the things that holds it back is that there's not that many rules to it, and it's a bit boring.
Yeah, unless your DM is like really into role-playing pets.
Yeah.
Which can be hilarious.
Hilarious and awkward. You can uncover things that you didn't know you were aroused by.
Definitely an easy way to punish your DM in certain circumstances.
Yeah, you just have like way less abilities. So I think...
We said we weren't going to talk about that. We ended
Yeah,
up
fuck,
talking
okay.
about them. You tricked us, audience.
Send money to our Anchor account.
How dare
As
you?
penance.
Yeah.
So at 3rd level, you get Primeval Awareness. Beginning at 3rd level, you can use your action and expend 1 ranger spell slot. Basically, this is a spell. You get it's a long way of saying you get a spell.
Because there's no special way to like enact it. It's just you use a spell slot.
Yeah, and it's not like once per day or anything. It's
However many spell slots.
Yeah. They're basically giving you a spell for a level up, and it's a disgrace is what it is.
Yeah.
For 1 minute per level of the spell, so you can cast it at any level, you can sense whether the following type of creatures are present within a mile of you, or within 6 miles if you're in your favoured terrain. It's the biggies: apparitions, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead. It doesn't reveal where they are or how many there are, though.
Yeah, it just gives you like a spooky sense.
Yeah, if you see like something like, I don't know, you find an angel feather and you're like, oh, are there angels nearby?
Yeah.
No. Yeah, it's useful. Context clues for context clues.
Yeah,
It's a
and
thing.
they're all quite special things too, so it's not like, I don't think that'll come up a ton. Unless you
Yeah,
have a
if it was
campaign
beasts, then it's like, oh, I'm trying to find a beast. Is there a beast within 6 miles of me? Yes. Ability score improvements: 4th, 8th, 12th, 16th, and 19th, as always. 2 by 1 or 1 increased by 2.
Yep, and then you get extra attack at 5th level.
Yeah, these are all pretty standard.
Attack 2 times instead of 1 time. Then you get Land Stride at 8th level. This is when you're moving through non-magical, difficult terrain. It will cost you no extra movement.
So basically, ignore difficult terrain
Yeah.
for the most part.
And you can pass through without being slowed or taking damage from them if they have thorny, spiky, bad stuff on them.
Yeah. You also get advantage on saving throws against plants that
Yeah.
are magically created or manipulated to impede your movement.
That's important.
It does, I think, quite a few low-level things, like Entangle. That's one.
Yeah, if somebody tries to, like, give you a feed me Seymour. you
Actually,
can
now that
say
I think
no.
about it, there's not that many. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. A lot of these
You would have
are
advantage in that one Goosebumps episode.
in the first Harry Potter.
Okay, or the
You'll go
one
straight
Goosebumps
through.
episode.
I didn't have Goosebumps.
His dad turned into a plant.
What?
Yeah, it's really scary.
I don't want to play that game.
Plant dad.
Is it? What's the other one? Little Shop of Horrors?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's Feed Me Seymour.
Oh, okay. I haven't
Yeah.
seen it. I'm just going off culture. At 10th level, you get Hide in Plain Sight. You spend a minute creating camouflage. You must have access to like mud or dirt, soot, something to camouflage
Yeah,
yourself.
Rambo,
Materials. You Rambo yourself up,
Predator.
exactly. You hide by pressing yourself against a solid surface, and it's got to be at least as tall and as wide as you.
Okay, that's my Metal Gear Solid.
Which is odd, you can't hide behind like a waist-high rock, then.
yeah,
technically.
because you're not
If
the right shape.
DMs, like, don't enforce. Come on,
You're not the right shape.
don't be that guy. You get a +10 bonus to your stealth checks. There's also, what's the spell that gives you another +10? Pass without a trace.
Pass without a trace, yeah.
I feel like this is a level 10. You're getting passed without a trace, but you also can't move.
Yeah, and you have to, Metal Gear Solid your way around.
It's
Like,
really fucking
you have to have access to mud.
Yeah, you carry a pouch of mud with you,
And it's only yourself as well. Can you hide other people?
No. Once you move or take an action or reaction, you got to use the camouflage again. I don't rate it. Toby rating
Yeah.
2 out of 10.
It's not even on the scale.
Fight me IRL, wizards. Vanish. Starting at 14th level, you can use the hide action as a bonus action on
Yeah.
your turn.
Which is gonna really come in handy
at
when you have
14th level.
mud on your face.
Woo! You also can't be tracked by non-magical means unless you choose to leave a trail. Woo!
I think that's actually not bad. 14th level is like a little lame, I think.
The
for-
problem with this that I have is that, like you said, it's 14th level. Secondly, you're probably traveling with a party that's leaving a load of tracks. Like, when do you...
But there's only 6 guys.
How do you
but there's 7 of
practically
us.
use this?
We were only prepared to fight 6.
Run away!
We had our margins are extremely slim as bandits from the large conglomerate of bandits.
This is trash. Alright, can level 18 bring it up? Feral senses. You get preternatural. which is basically supernatural, but they're trying to be fancy.
Toby did have to look that word up.
I did, and I'm not ashamed, because I bet you would have too, unless I...
We do the Googling for you.
So, with feral senses, you can sense...
Ferals.
You can sense creatures that you can't see. When you attack a creature that you can't see, your inability to see it does not impose disadvantage on the attack against it. You're also aware of the location of any invisible creatures within 30 feet of you, provided that the creature isn't hidden from you and you aren't blinded or deafened. This is cool. I think it's a really neat ability, quite powerful. It counters like a really strong ability.
But at level 18.
And it's a really rare ability.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you've really got to lean into it and make so... there are things that can just appear invisible at will. I suppose a lot of, like, high-level BBGs have access to invisibility.
I guess if it comes in handy, it would be very cool. So maybe it's like a thing that you kind of have to lean into.
There could be some very cool, like, BBG kind of moments with this. Dragons, a lot of them have access to spell casting, and I'm sure your DM will homebrew some spells for them.
Yeah.
All that kind of stuff. What is the disappointing 20th level one this week, JT?
Okay, so the very deceptively cool sounding Foe Slayer.
Foe Slayer.
It's not bad.
It's not bad.
That's
what
bad.
it's not.
That's what it is. What it is not. Once on each of your turns, you can add your Wisdom modifier to the attack roll or the damage roll of an attack you make against one of your favorite enemies.
Yay. 5.
So
it's cool. It basically means you pretty much always gonna hit at this level.
A little bit more damage.
Or you're gonna do an extra 5 damage. It adds up. I know.
Yeah, I mean, you have like abilities that might make it so that you can make multiple attacks per round.
You can only use it once.
Oh yeah, once on your turn.
Yeah.
Not once per attack.
Stack it. That would be too much fun, JT.
Just a fucking
Stop.
flat plus 5 per turn? No, I'm mad. 20th level, just a plus 5 per turn?
Like, there's fucking magic items that give that to shit. Like,
So you can choose this feature before or after the roll.
That's cool. that is generally cool. That's quite a rare thing.
Yeah.
To be able to choose before or after. But
this may be the most likely.
Like, yeah, plus 5. Cool,
so I mean, like, to be fair, all of the other classes, like the base feats, aren't the cool, exciting feats. They're usually just something to kind of guide you into the play style and the, like, you know, this is what sets this class a little bit apart.
Yeah, it's the paths that really.
So that being said, I think that the Ranger is much more directed.
Lame? Oh, okay. We're going for different adjectives.
You say your word first, I'll say mine. I think it's just like a lot more because it can be refreshing from like classes like the Bard or like a Wizard, where you can just have like a huge range of ways that you can play this character, and then a Ranger kind of just spears its way directly into like one particular
find things.
Yeah, you're the hidey-findy guy.
You find things, you hide things. You're a ranger.
Yeah, and I mean that's like a core mechanic of D&D too, so it's like,
yeah, that's true.
Not bad.
Definitely. There's definitely room for a lot of creativity in this.
What kind of mud are you using to make what kind of patterns on your face?
Draw them on this model I made. Yeah, that's Rangers. Like all of them, they'll be more fleshed out when we go through all their micro abilities, their paths, their archetypes. But until then, we have a disappointing 20th level, as always.
Yeah, and I feel like we might be a little bit biased against the Ranger, but we have played with some people who I think like do the Ranger justice and like.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Lean in towards the nature aspect of it that makes it a little bit more interesting.
There's a lot of ways to take the Ranger, as long as it's towards a forest.
Yeah. Don't stay in cities.
All right, that's it for this episode.
That's it for this episode.
That's what I just said.
Because it's over now. We've reached the end of
Of
the
the
episode. It's done.
All right, I'm gonna go eat. I just wanted you to know that.
I'll find something.
Message me at Toby at rulesiswrittenshow.com. You can support us on Anchor FM / I think Rules Is Written. It's in the description. Please support us. We're broke.
Yeah, you can also leave us an audio message to explain to us why are you not supporting us.
We've got one supporter, and she's very cool.
Yeah,
I like her a lot. She's
everyone
great.
could be a little bit more.
Yeah, we can purchase 2 mics. Currently, we're using 1, and it's murder.
Yeah, also the cable's a little bit trash.
Oh yeah, we need a new cable. It broke today. Anyway, you don't have to support us. The viewership is what I care about. I see the numbers go
My
up.
feet hurt from not being able to wear shoes.
Quiet, you! Honestly though, like, seeing the amount of people that listen to this now, seeing us grow, slowly but surely, every kind of new episode we get a few more listeners. Spread the word. I know you hear this from fucking every podcast. Like, tell your friends
it's
about
viewers
us.
like
But
you.
now it's us making
This-
the podcast, and we want you to tell people.
Yeah, this show is sponsored by viewers like you. And also
Us.
Anchor.
But yeah, seriously, thank you for listening. It's great. We get a few new listeners every time. It warms my heart. We get messages every so often.
We're talking about you,
It's
new
great.
guy.
Yeah, you, Tom.
We know this is the first time you've listened to the show.
And we want you to stick around.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, enough bullshit. We will see you guys next week. Until then, ta-ra.
Later.
The fuck was that?
And it's French for goodbye.
I don't like it.